Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap, guys. Red day recap, yes, red day recap on a day stock did 1,000%. Yes, 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 yes. In fact, I didn't even trade this stock. It was hitting my scans, but I was pretty dialed in on something else. By the time I really looked over and saw it, it was already halted up right here, and I thought the train had left the station. It does give this red candle. In fact, let's look at this on E-Trade where it's like a little easier to see. All right, it's easier to see the halt levels here. Let's go to full screen. I'm not. It's so hard to trade this if I'm not watching it here, and even if I'm looking at it, if I'm not willing to take this low, it's kind of hard to get in. We had a low here, 15, 15, 14, 15, 14. So if I'm watching it exclusively and I see that bottom, of course I'll be buying into the move up. But high of day 35 resulted into a halt. It resumes. I'm not sure how well the dip and rip was right here, but it's showing this bottoming wick, so maybe there was an entry. I can't really remember if I was even watching it here, but we had high 55. It goes up, it dips, and from there you guys will see it's just halts, 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 halts. Some trading here, and even into this red to green, it was halt down, move up, halt, halt, some candles here. So I wasn't really fighting up with the halts. For me, the halts, the dip and rips haven't really been the best, and of course, we kind of see a stock that's all halts. So the momentum today just didn't really align. Now, in terms of sympathy, because we did have some other movers, I did attempt to trade a few of the other ones. SMMT, I think I was small green on this one here. The first trade, let's see, let's put on the show trades. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, the first trade came down to 336. This was actually a decent trade. I'm in 2,000 shares, but I came out a little soon. Maybe I could have held a little longer because we did ended up getting a high of 38, and then again here 69. So I really could have held this much longer here, but this was a great entry. Buying off of yesterday's high, it seems like, at 35. Is that yesterday's high? No, after our high. Is that after our highs? What's this, 335? Yeah, yesterday's highs in after hour. So it ended up holding that level well. We could have done a better job holding this here, but I was in and out, just taking a quick couple of cents. It pushes up to a high of 98. It dips down. I believe I was trying to buy the pullback here, but wasn't able to quite get the bottom. You can see my last entry here was 76. It went as low as 68 before curling up. So I missed the trade there, and it sold off before doing this massive red to green, which I tried the resumption, but no dip and rip. So this one we're just scratch. As mentioned, our best trade could have been potentially holding this bottom here much longer. If we're in at 36 and we're selling this at 70, it's a great trade. So we kind of did ourselves a disservice. I can't remember what I was seeing on this one, but I did sell a little on the quicker side. RENT, no trades on this one today. It did go higher though. This one was kind of sneaky, but with all the action, you'd really have to been paying attention. It broke over yesterday's high at 245, and it kept going. It made a high of 270, and it pulled back to a low of 38. So this was a great pullback here. See, I could see myself being in this trade if I'm watching at it. This is a great pullback because it pulls back into yesterday's high. A bit of an ABCD here, right? And get the W, comes down again. But you can see it's a much more elongated. So, well, I have to have that long hold time. This is where it would have been tricky. Even if I would have caught the bottom nicely, around like 40, the hold time for the move up would have had to have been, let's see, like from 30, maybe even over here, like 27, let's say 30, right? All the way to, so that would have to have been a 40-minute trade, which I don't think I would have captured. But this was a nice move. PHPS, this one I did take a loss on PHPS earlier. We had this move up, and so I'm watching for the pullback entry. and we got a high of $10. We start to curl, it rips up, it starts to pull back here. I tried the first pullback entry after the high of 10.13 at 77. It does go to 94, but it's like the way how the spreads are in this stock, it is crazy. It's whipping, and so I don't really quite get to capitalize in this move. And it was hard to determine the direction because of the crazy wicks. So, when I saw 95 on the ask, it was hard to tell if we're going to get that bigger move or if, we're going to come down, because immediately from 95 to like 78 on the bids, and then, we're seeing 70 on the bids, and it's like, wait, is it breaking down? Is it not? Eventually I noticed, okay, it looks like it's breaking down, so I take the 7-cent loss. We're out for about $140, red trade. And then we ended up getting back in for a scalp opportunity, 1500 size twice here. First attempt flat trade, second attempt I ended up getting a loss of like 7 cents, 6 cents, which I thought was ridiculous because the spreads I thought were tight, but this stock was crazy wicking, bids dropping out, stuff like that. And I mentioned, hey, if something else starts to move, or if I'm not really watching at this thing, if we get a big green candle, I'm not really going to be prepared for it. And so said, so done. We got a big green candle. I was nowhere to be found, watching a different stock, and missed this one. So right here, the idea was, hey, can this bear flag here give a red to green? It goes lower, and then it kind of gives this red to green. It wicks up here to 924 from my entry. It's 871. 924 would have been good, but it's still just a sharp pullback. We want to see this holding of its levels. So it comes down, and we kind of see more of an ABCD, higher lows over here, and then we kind of open up and get new highs. ARIANA, no trades on this one. Not a bad move into the open. ABCD, pull back here, goes higher, it holds the VWAP, and a bit of a consolidation really right here, right? A bit of a consolidation, holds the VWAP, and then absolutely takes off. Nice breakout, good consolidation again. So high of day was at 65. We had a low of 61. So, if I'm watching this stock exclusively, I'll do great here. I can see myself doing exceptionally well on this stock here because there's entries, right? Let's zoom in and talk about all my entries. Pivot coming across. This is one entry right here. That would have been entry at 43, 44. It goes to a high of 56 cents. It pulls back to where? 45, entry at the lows. It rips up to where? 50. That's another 5 cents. Then would I had bought back the highs? Maybe not, but let's say, it all depends on the price action. But break of 50 would have been an entry for that. More than likely that it took break of the $0.50. And then where does it pull back? 50. So I'd have been long down here again. And can we sell into the highs? It eventually rips. High of day initially was at 65. Pulls back. Low of what? 61. I'd have been in down here for sure. So buying the breakouts as we're going in these candles. Then buying the pullback. And then it does it again up here. It rips, pulls back, holds the hand. This would have been nice, but then it sold off. Didn't even really look at that one. EXPR. No, didn't touch that one today. DBGI, did we touch this one? No, but it did give a small move here, right? DBGI, and then pulled back. Not much there. They'll CVNA. CVNA, we're down 140 on this one. It was halted up a few times, but I came for the dip and rip, no dip and rip. And then I believe I tried to trade the pullback, which seemed like it just wouldn't stop dipping. And I ended up taking losses here trying to get the low. It pulled back. I was in at 72 and then 69. It pulled back to a low of 50 before bouncing up. So I missed the pullback there. Thought about trading it down here, but the move up was so gradual. I like the volume profile in the 5 minute. You will see higher green volume versus lighter red volume coming down. So I liked the pullback. But it came down to VWAP and also around yesterday's high. Um, and what really got me was how slow it was. It was so gradual, this move, and that's what really got me. So we had a high of 524 for yesterday's high, and VWAP as well coincided here. So we had a bit of a dual support, but the breakout was just too slow for me, and so maybe I could have done a better job here. I did look at this one on the live stream. It gave an ABCD and then curled up. So from potential entries of 27, 25, 24, maybe even 45, we get to the highs of 72, which could have been good. So I could have done a better job right here, I think. But, topping wicks were also a concern. I had this level here mapped out, like, a rejection. BXRX, we're green on this one, 180. This is like the only winner that we saw. We caught a winning trade right up in here early as we had an ABCD break of 550. It starts to rip, and then I see it here, and you can see even here I'm kind of late, right? It breaks through 50, and I'm in at 73 for the extension. So I'm even late to this. So a lot of momentum going on. I told some of the guys in Discord today, felt like I was running in a circle, trying to get which stock was going to be the best one. So BXRX, we caught a quick trade in there, but really and truly, I should have already been watching this high of day at 50, and been in at 50. But it's been a tricky market. Higher red volume going down than the green volume going up. So caution. And I don't know if I was watching at it and decided to wait for an entry over 50, because I can buy a break of 50 anticipating to move over the level, or I can wait for the first pullback above the level to then trade, depending on how I feel the momentum is. And then lastly, AMAM, which we kind of mentioned already. This one was a complete beast, but I saw it late, didn't trade it, didn't really trust the halts. And buying halts are always kind of hard to deal with. It's just halts. There's no candlesticks. So that was the day, guys. That was the day. I'm expecting a much better week next week. We're actually red this week, 700, which is not the best, but it's also one good day of trading. So, we'll keep an open mind. We'll always stay optimistic. We'll stay positive. Right now, I'm kind of tired, so it's why my energy is not as high. And speaking of being tired, no rest for the weary, because here comes the gym right after this. That lunch is hitting me. I had an Italian cheeseburger. It's hitting me right now. All the blood rushing to my stomach. Anyhows, enough sidetrack stuff. Hit that thumbs up if you're new. Subscribe to the channel. It's been Relentless Trader. Stay tuned for some content over the weekend. Sip of water to end the day. And I am, of course... by the way, here we go. There's the P&L, 114.09. I am, and this is essentially what I did on this week. This is basically the week right here summed up. Minus 800 on the week, 700. Yeah, I'll catch you guys Monday morning. And this weekend I'm going to enjoy myself, man. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to rest up, work on some other stuff, and then Monday we'll be ready to go. The grind don't stop. Catch you guys Monday morning, Saturday morning for content. Take it easy, stay safe, stay green.